The philosophy for me in pharmacy is that it's a service to the community, so the community and the individuals in that community must benefit from our services.
Moving to the Solomons as a 24-year-old in late 2007, it took a big, leap of faith to decide that that's something that I could handle or wanted to try and handle. And there were moments when you just think, what have we done? But then spending more and more time in the pharmacy department, and you learn the language and build relationships, and ended up with such wonderful friends, and being able to do things in a work sense that would never been able to have done in any other position.
I was never actually forced into pharmacy because my father was forced into pharmacy by his mother. His mother said, you must follow your father into pharmacy and carry on the pharmacy tradition. Dad said, when I finished boarding school in Adelaide at Ross Trevor College, why don't you come home for a year, work in the pharmacy, see if you like it, and then make the decision to do it.
In the lead up to this interview, I was trying to imagine a world without pharmacists, a community without pharmacists. It's an impossibility because we do such great work. It might not always be momentous work, but we're so many interactions with so many people every day that make little differences, and it's those little differences that can steer people away from serious illness.
What I've been doing for the last 7 years is working in developing countries. I guess the really nice thing about it is it takes on a lot of different forms. It's not just the one job day to day. So when I was working with the WHO, I had maybe 14 projects across the year, which meant that one day I might be organising the seating plan because the office was being upgraded, and the next day I was in the province assisting doctors to take skin samples testing for yaws, sleeping in a mosquito-filled hotel, and just very, very different roles.
Our pharmacies, outback pharmacies, particularly in my pharmacy, CP People's chemist, we do a lot of outback work with the Flying Doctor Service, and I've got to know over the years all of these people on the outlying properties. My father, that was his specialist area. He loved the bush and the country people, so I've continued that. The other area we're very heavily involved in is the Indigenous area with Maramo Health Service in Broken Hill. One of our pharmacists, Alex, he goes there, consults there, does HMRs. That's another different area that any student or any pharmacist coming to Broken Hill can experience those different areas of work.
Opioid therapy for drug addicts there's about 48,000 people get dosed every day in Australia. I believe very strongly in the program. One of the bugbears for me was that it's a very time-consuming thing. There's a lot of recording, and every day you're dosing 20 odd people and you've got to record all sorts of things. The pharmacist listening will know exactly what I'm talking about. We saw an opportunity to produce some software that would take away all the pain. So it's a simple couple of clicks and the recording is done for the whole month, and the statutory obligations to the health department are taken care of. We did it basically for our own, myself and my partner and his pharmacy and a few other pharmacies that we were talking with, and it's really just grown from there. We're in 50 pharmacies Australia-wide, and we now have accreditation.
We're currently living in East Timor. I'm currently working for the Therapeutic Guidelines, managing their developing countries program. The aim is to help developing countries to write their own standard treatment guidelines, using Therapeutic Guidelines resources as a support mechanism. So hopefully I'll continue to do that for the next few years.
To be fair to my wife, I don't want to keep working until the end, but she's had 45 years of washing white coats and getting biro out of white coats. I think that'll be a relief. I'm quite happy at the moment doing 3 or 4 days a week, which I'm doing. I've been able to carry on the good work and in the pharmacy that my grandfather started and my father carried on with, looking after people and looking after their medications and making sure that they can actually converse with you and feel comfortable taking their medications and living a good, full, happy life.
I was speaking to one of our clients the other day, and he said, "This is the only thing that keeps me going. I run my own business now. 10 years ago I was holding up banks. And that just sending tingles up my spine now. So, you know, if you want a reason to be able to do OTP, to help people live normal or fairly normal lives, then that's a great reason.
I think working in development, one of the really lucky things about being a pharmacist is that pharmacy is a real cornerstone to the whole health system. Without drugs or protocols around quality use of drugs, there's no real point to the rest of it. The doctors can't do their jobs, the nurses can't do their jobs, the patients don't get their care. So pharmacy becomes one of the most important things, and if you can make improvements in pharmacies, you can make improvements across the whole healthcare space.